Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. It is NFL State of Play. This is PAPPA West, GUTTA West.
What's going on, everybody? It's week
back.
9.
Week 9. Let's have some fun.
We are back. And we're going to start it off the right way for Thursday Night Football. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Miami Dolphins.
Yes, y'all.
I think it's been confirmed that Lamar Jackson will return. And he is much needed.
Okay? Real big.
I feel like this is going to be the bounce back game for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens as a whole. Defense been playing better the last couple of weeks.
Action Jackson.
And I feel like with a healthy Lamar Jackson, you know what he brings to the table.
We do.
And he also changes the dynamic of the team because the running game is better because of Lamar Jackson.
As long as he's
healthy. The
healthy.
blocking is better because of Lamar Jackson.
As long as he's healthy.
And when he's out there, he does what he does with his arms and his legs. He's one of the best guys we have in this entire league.
That's why they call him Action Jackson.
And boy, was he sorely missed these last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, games that they should have won, they didn't win.
Yeah.
Games that they could have won, it would have been closer.
Yes.
And with the Miami Dolphins, like Pops always says, it's Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
You don't know what Miami team you're gonna get.
We don't. We can win.
The offense is capable. The defense, we know that's the Achilles heel.
Yes.
But like we always say, Thursday night is an equalizer.
It is.
Everybody got the same amount of rest time, the same amount of practice time, which ain't a lot. Mm-hmm. And this is an adversity that all teams got to face.
It is.
But not too much on the Dolphins. Like I said, I feel like this is going to be a bounce back game for Lamar and the Ravens.
Hello.
And I like them in this game. I do think it's going to be competitive, given the Thursday night, part of it. But ultimately, I'm going to go with Baltimore in this game. I like them in this one. And I'm going to go with a score of 24-16.
24-16.
In that one.
All right. So basically, Baltimore, with their struggles and their injuries, not having Lamar Jackson, they are fortunate that Cleveland is struggling, Cincinnati lost Burrow, they're struggling, and all of a sudden, the Pittsburgh Steelers is struggling. So Baltimore has it all in front of them. With all they've been through, they still can take the lead of the division and still make the playoffs. Isn't that something? If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you got to be disappointed. I'm sorry. We understand Cincinnati problems, we understand Cleveland problems, but with Pittsburgh, that was very unfortunate. What we seen that last game, against Green Bay, that was very unfortunate. With that being said, Miami Dolphins, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Baltimore Ravens got Lamar Jackson back, call him Action Jackson for a reason. Let's take Baltimore to take this one, I'm going to say 27-20, and a pretty entertaining game because I think that Baltimore defense is going to give up some plays, give up some points. But I think Action Jackson will be the difference, so we're going to take Baltimore 27-20.
Okay, I like that. Next on our docket for Sunday, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the New York Giants.
We still don't know who's healthy for the 49ers. So the 49ers, the injuries have caught up with them. Yeah, they've caught up with them because we saw that happen last week. What happened? The injuries was the problem. The Giants. So Scatterboo, he's going to go for the season? He got hurt pretty bad.
I'm not particularly sure, but I think he is going to be out for the season.
Well, that makes me analyze and predict him a little differently because we know we love Jackson Dart, but him and Scatterboo, that little connection they had with him running and throwing the ball to him, that really pushes that offense and is very electrifying with them two together. Without Scatterboo, and then they already lost neighbors for the season. Yeah. Jackson Dart can't do it all himself. He needs more help, and I'm not sure who's going to step in for Scatterboo. That creates a problem. The defense still seems to be pretty decent, although last week it looked like they were either tired or drained from that game against Denver because they played tough with Philadelphia. So they played well against Philadelphia in the first half. Seemed they gave out the gas in the second half. I'm quite sure it probably had a lot to do with that game against Denver the week before. They went into that really hard, difficult fourth quarter when they had the lead, and Denver came back and scored all those points and won the game. I think it was emotionally draining, so I think maybe that was a big problem for him. And then Scatterboo getting hurt in the game, that was very unfortunate. So with that being said, They both are kind of injured, but I think the Giants are probably a little bit more healthier than the 49ers, and the Giants are at home. So we're going to have to say, in a close one, with all injuries considering, I think that the Giants play a little bit better, make a few more plays defensively, and we're going to take the Giants to win in a low-scoring affair. We're going to take the Giants to win somewhere like 23-17.
Well, we're going to disagree on this one. I just don't see enough from the Giants. Even though the 49ers are injured, the thing about the 49ers that make them who they are is that they have a true next man up mentality, the entire team.
Yes.
And we've seen this for years.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we've seen this team play in an NFC Championship game without a quarterback, really. So,
well, yeah, that's true.
And when I look at what I see right now, I think that Mac Jones is more than enough. I feel like Chris McCaffrey's healthy. He's running that ball really good right now. And I kind of feel like with their offensive line, with the way McCaffrey running the ball, and the way Mac Jones doesn't make a lot of mistakes, it's enough to beat the Giants. Now, if they was going to get to a tougher team, or somebody that had a better defense or more offensive weapons, maybe I would think it's more of an equal game.
Right.
But my problem is losing Scatterboo. My problem is not having Malik Neighbors. And also, Jackson Dart's a rookie. He looked good, whatever it is, he has it.
Yes.
But his team ain't got it.
Well, that's true.
And that's where I'm seeing the problem at. I know it's on the road, but the 49ers, man, they're road warriors. And this is what they do. And
yes, but go ahead.
And I just feel like ultimately they got enough to beat the Giants because the Giants are not a tough outing. I would say right now.
Okay.
But with that being said, though, I do think it's going to be a competitive game. I don't see any type of blowout or nothing like that. But I'm going with the 49ers in this one, and I like them in this one. I'm going to go San Francisco 23-17.
One thing I want to interject. You don't think the injuries with the 49ers is not going to catch up to them this week like it did last week?
It's going to catch up to them, but not against the Giants.
Okay, so you don't think that the defenses have so many people out and that Jackson Dart, he might be able to move the ball against that defense a little bit better?
Nah.
You don't agree with that? So you think that you think 49ers have just enough to beat them?
Well, I'm basing it off of seeing more talented quarterbacks with more better teams, and 49ers still beat them. So I'm just looking at competition.
Okay, well, he is a rookie.
I think the Falcons are a better team than the Giants. They beat the Falcons. I think that a few other teams are better than them, and they still won.
Are we sure that the Falcons is really better than the Giants? They look like Doc Jeff and Mr. High too. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't agree with that. We'll get to that later. Okay. But I wouldn't agree with that. But I do think that they have a long way to go.
Okay.
But if I'm basing off right now the Giants versus Falcons, I would probably go with the Falcons.
Okay.
But anyways, that's neither here or there.
Cool.
I just feel like the 49ers got a better chance in this game. They're used to going on the road. And like I said, man, they got that next man up mentality where their backups aren't too far from their starters.
But definitely got better coaching.
And definitely better coaching. And a lot of teams can't say that, So I'm going to just say that. Right? Next on our docket, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Tennessee Titans. Now,
what can you say about that?
We have spoken a few times on this show about Tennessee, what's going on with Tennessee right now.
Yes.
We believe in Cam Ward, but the man needs some help.
He's the rookie.
He ain't gonna get it no time soon.
Need a lot of help.
And ultimately, this is one of those games where it's like, I believe the Chargers are going to win this game. I know that they're the better team, but
they should.
But the Titans have been playing a little bit better. Last couple of weeks, they lost. They've been playing better.
True.
They only got one win. They are at home, right? And because they're at home, I believe that they'll give them a competitive game. But ultimately, I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. And I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one. I'm going to go 28-20 Chargers.
Giving Tennessee 20 points. Okay, well, I think that the Chargers is a solid team. They had to fix that offensive line for Herbert. I call him the boy wonder. And the defense, I think, were getting drained, getting tired because the offense was going 3 and out, whatever. So it was messing with them. So I'm gonna say that they seem like they fixed the offensive line, and the defense got some air, they got some breath, and they was able to beat Minnesota pretty good. So I'm gonna say that they will take care of Tennessee. Tennessee's a struggling team, you know, rookie, they're building, rebuilding, whatever. So we're going to take the Chargers a relatively good margin. I'm going to take the Chargers to win 28-19.
Okay. All right. Next up on the docket, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Minnesota Vikings, and they're on the road at the Detroit Lions. Big dog.
Well, I'm going to say this to you. They said that McCarthy's coming back. I'm going to call him JJ. He might be a bust, McCarthy. JJ, we still checking on you. We still hoping and praying for the Minnesota fans. For they say, JJ, you might be a bust, McCarthy. So with that being said, until he showed me something different, with the defense they got and weapons they got, until they show me something different, I don't expect too much out of him. He got to give me better quarterback play and get the ball down the field. So I haven't seen that. So Detroit seems like they're on a mission. They mad because they lost that game against Kansas City a couple weeks ago. And they started off the season with the one loss against Green Bay. They got to see Green Bay again. I think this Detroit team is like our picks early in the season. We said we like Detroit and Kansas City Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Still like Detroit. I'm expecting Detroit. They're playing in Minnesota at Detroit.
They're at home, Detroit.
Oh yeah, I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking Detroit to win by at least 8 or 10. So I'm gonna take Detroit to win this game. I'm going to say 31-21 Detroit over Minnesota, where Minnesota get a little cheap score here and there in the fourth quarter, but I think Detroit will control the game most of the day. So we're gonna take Detroit 31-21.
Well, I mean, we agree. We don't really have to say too much about Minnesota, but I'll give y'all a little something. Minnesota is one of those teams that I truly believe that they're a quarterback away.
I agree with that.
And that's the unfortunate part about them, because you see these guys with Sam Darnold win 14 games.
Yes.
You see these guys with Kirk Cousins in the playoffs winning the division.
Yes.
So could you imagine if they had somebody like, I don't know, Shedeur Sanders, or somebody that can go out there and play quarterback? So
we'll see.
I kind of feel like, this team is just, they're really a few, 2 or 3 pieces away from being a championship caliber team.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, the quarterback situation right now is going to put them in a hole, man. And that hole will be in Detroit. And
for sure.
Like Pop said, they're on a mission this year. They're not playing with nobody. And they damn sure ain't playing with Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And they not going to come to Detroit and have no type of fun. Okay? Mm. So I don't think it'll be a blowout. I'm with Pops. I think it'll be, mostly competitive. But I think the Lions are going to take care of business. And I see a similar score to PAPPA West, man. Maybe a little bit more. So I like Detroit in this one, 34-20.
So it's kind of like a mini blowout, but I get it.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Because 2 touchdowns is
crazy. I said 10, you said 14, so
that's
relatively blowout.
Yeah, definitely. So next on the docket, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New England Patriots now. Now this game right here.
Okay, here we go.
This is a very interesting game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I look at it like, I like the Falcons. I've been saying it all year. I like Michael Penix Jr.
Well, he didn't start last week.
I know he didn't start. I believe that he's starting. He's starting this week,
mm-hmm.
right? Don't quote me on that, guys. I'm not sure. So Michael Penix may or may not start.
So he's day to day.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. I think whether he starts or not, what I'm seeing right now in New England, I'm seeing great coaching. I'm seeing a development of Drake May. I'm seeing a defense that I don't even know who these guys are. Because these same guys couldn't stop a nosebleed last year. All of a sudden, they playing big boy ball. And if you're a Patriots fan or an NFL fan, you got to be happy to see that, right? I love Mike Vrabel as a coach. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? I respect Drake May. I think Drake May is a good quarterback that will ultimately be one of them guys in the next year or two. I think he's on that path. right? They got some young pieces, young receivers. They got young running backs that look really good right now, and I think they are deserving of NFL's respect, right? With all that being said, they're at home. You know, it's November now because on Sunday it'll be the 2nd. You know, we're almost in November, y'all.
Yes.
You're talking about November, cold winter game in Boston. I'm sorry, in New England.
Well, it's in that area.
Yeah, but y'all know what I mean. In New England, they're just a better team, y'all. So ultimately, I got to go with the Patriots in this one. And if I got to give y'all a score, I'm going to give y'all a score of, let's say 27-17, New England.
All right, 27-17. Okay, this Atlanta team is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, just like Miami. I don't know what we're going to get from week to week. And I guess it all depends on if Michael Penix Jr. is playing, and also he's playing well and effective, not turning the ball over. This Patriot team is winning me over week after week after week. I'm really surprised in how the whole team is playing. We know that Brable can coach well, but Drake May is showing that he's becoming a star. He looks like he's becoming a star. I like his play. He's efficient. He's not turning the ball over. He's making good decisions. So with that being said, they're running the ball well, and I think they're playing decent defense. And that was a good win against Cleveland last week. Very good, solid win. So I feel like unless New England turn the ball over, I don't think Atlanta have a chance of beating them. They would have to turn the ball over several times, or 3 times, whatever. I don't see that happening. So I think New England continues to roll, and I'm going to take New England to win this game 27-20.
Okay. We
What's that?
We got the Indianapolis Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you're an NFL fan, this is what you want right here, okay? Here goes the Colts, 7-1. Only losses to the Rams. They could have won that game.
Yes.
Hey, this goes to be 8-0.
Yes.
Now you get a chance to see this team that we've been surprised with all year so far.
Yes.
It's very wild ride for the Colts.
Yeah.
Now they get to prove, are they really who they say they are?
Yes.
Now you're going in Pittsburgh against a Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame coach with some really good competitive players, inspired players, and they gonna give the Colts all they got. That's a fact.
They better.
Now, losing the game to the Packers, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers really didn't like that. Okay, he had a chance to be only 5 quarterbacks to beat every team in the NFL. He could have did it, but he didn't. He couldn't do it. Not him, but the team couldn't do it. I know Aaron Rodgers is upset.
Oh yeah,
back at home.
Yes,
and I feel like the Steelers will want to prove a point to these Colts because the Colts losing this game ain't gonna be as bad as the Steelers losing this game. So ultimately, what I'm saying is they needed more.
I agree.
In this particular game, y'all, I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I think it will be a very close and competitive game. Ultimately, I like Pittsburgh to win it, and I'm going to give you guys a score of 24-21.
That's pretty close. Pretty close. Theoretically, I would agree with him and go with Pittsburgh, but I see there's some problems with Pittsburgh. I see the problem. I saw it last week, and obviously the week before that when they won the game. But what I saw against Green Bay, which is really very unfortunate, their offensive coordinator, what's his name, Arthur Smith, whatever his name is, he is just a bad coordinator. He is not good. He's not good at all.
Yeah.
And we have to consider that him not being able to call the right offensive plays for Rodgers, and then Rodgers is a veteran quarterback. He can improvise all he need to. Yeah. But I can see he was frustrated that night. He was very frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a lot of bad play calls. And for what I can see is, you run the ball one play and be effective, and you go right back and run it again instead of doing play action fake and throw it. They did it several times. They played right into the hands.
More of a variety.
Yeah, they played right into the hands of Green Bay, and it was easy to figure out their play calls. They was picking it apart.
Yeah.
And then the Pittsburgh defense, I think they had 1 or 2 injuries, but they got tired. They wore them out, and so then Jordan Love was able to throw the ball. They were poor tackling. That tight end just had a career night, a career day. The tight end, he would catch the ball, they couldn't tackle him.
Yeah.
He just basically ran all over as far as I can see. And so I'm concerned that this Colts team is red hot. They're playing with confidence, and Daniel Jones continues to surprise me. Found the fountain of youth. And like I said, Mama, there go that man, Jonathan Taylor, running like they owe him money. I mean, this man is like running, trying to get paid. And if they can't stop Jonathan Taylor from running the ball, you can move the ball on the Colts defense, but if you can't stop the run game, setting up the play action fake with Daniel Jones, throwing the ball down the field, I don't think you can beat them. I just, you got to show it to me. So to me, because of the offensive game planning with Arthur Smith, I think he should be fired and be replaced. They ain't did it yet. I think Mike Thomas is probably frustrated with him too, and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is frustrated with this guy. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Colts to keep rolling. They're gonna go in there and win again, go to 8-1, and I expect the Colts to win the game really probably high scoring, like it was against Green Bay. I'm gonna take the Colts to win probably like 28. I'm gonna say 28-24. Colts.
Okay, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, next one on our docket, we got the Denver Broncos.
How about them horses?
At the Houston Texans. So, Pops, how you see this one, man?
Well, first of all, Houston is like up and down. They're not Dak Jeff on this side, but they're up and down from week to week. But I'm still concerned about CJ Stroud play, how he plays, how he reads the defenses, underthrowing, overthrowing receivers, and then sometimes he plays well and sometimes he doesn't. But the Houston defense seems to have been effective all year, but the offense has been letting them down. Well, you know what? I want to take Buffalo. Shout out to Cuz, tell me I love you, Cuz. I just think that Kansas City got themselves together. They this last couple of weeks, this is the Kansas City we know and love. It's the way they're playing right now.
Yeah.
And they seem like they hit on all cylinders. Even though Washington came out Monday night and they tried to play them toe-to-toe, but they couldn't stand up. But they tried. But Kansas City showed me if Patrick is healthy and the offensive line intact, and you got those two running backs running, Hunt and Pacheco, and now you got Worthy in place and Rice in place with Kelsey. I mean, that's hard to beat that. Especially with Reed calling the plays at the right time, at the right exact moment.
Yeah.
He is a great play caller. I mean, he is incredible. That's why him and Patrick are so special. That's why I call Patrick the Magic Man, because he can just carry out what Andy Reid wants him to do on the field exactly the way he wants him to do it. That's why I call him the Magic Man. But in any case, I want to go with Buffalo. I think Buffalo played very well last week against the Panthers. And we thought they would. They came out. But I'm concerned about their injuries in their secondary. And I think one defensive lineman is hurt. So without a healthy defense, that's dangerous to go against Patrick Mahomes if you don't have your defense not in place. So even though I think Mr. Josh Superman Allen, he's going to play very well, and I think he'll try to match it point for point. I think it's going to come down to Buffalo injuries on the defense where Patrick Mahomes will exploit that late in the game and score a touchdown or a touchdown on the field goal. So I'm going to take Kansas City, unfortunately, to beat Buffalo again. I'm going to say 27-24 Kansas City. That's my pick. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we both said a close game.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a flip of a quarter. Mm-hmm. So I don't think neither one of us is wrong, because these are two great teams. And somebody got to win. Unless we get a tie, which I think the NFL has to really do something about.
You do. Play until somebody wins.
Do it like the college football do it or something.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I don't care if you get tied.
Should be tied in the NFL. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
But anyway,
you're paying a lot of money for these games. You got to get paid a lot of money.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
All right. So like I was saying, y'all, this game should be flexed. And the game that I think should be flexed is this game that we got on Sunday Night Football. We got the Commanders at the Seahawks. Now, I don't want to disrespect Seattle Seahawks, okay? I ain't disrespect y'all Seattle.
Washington at Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't nothing but love, Seattle. You know, y'all got a decent team. Y'all got a solid team, decent coach. You got Sam Darnold playing good. Mm-hmm. I ain't mad at y'all. I like, what's the name, Jackson Smith and Jigma. And I like, the other guys on the team. I think y'all got a good team.
And Donald playing like Donald, regular season.
Yeah, Donald.
He looks good in the regular season.
Sam Darnold look good.
He do.
But the thing is, y'all don't play an exciting brand of football right now. And then you play against a team.
One week they do, one week they don't.
Yeah, but you play against a team with no Jaden Daniels And McLaurin might not be in this
Oh,
game.
they say that he might start this week.
I don't think he's playing.
You sure?
I don't think he's playing.
Okay, go ahead. Mariota.
But if he does play, good. But I don't think he's playing, though.
Okay.
And even if he does play, he injured. I don't think he should play. You know,
Okay.
and then Larry Tussle, they started offensive tackle. I heard.
Well, that's a problem.
There's a lot of things going on in Washington that don't look good.
And then James Daniels ain't gonna start.
Yeah, it's not looking good, though.
Okay.
And Seattle was the better team. The defense looked good. The offense looked good. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, I just think it's going to be a kind of a boring game on Sunday night. It was the only game that we have to watch. And that's what I'm a little upset about. But that's my personal opinion. Back to the game, though. I think Seattle going to win this thing. They're going to win it. They're going to play a strong defensive game. Similar to how they played against Houston a couple weeks ago. And I like them in this one. And in this particular game, I like Seattle. And I like Seattle, especially with Mariota playing, 27-17, man.
10-point win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rough one for the Commanders.
I'm concerned about the Commanders' injuries on defense and no Jalen Daniels. I want to see J.D. the Kid.
We all want to see
and
him.
then you said Thompson was hurt, the offense tackle. So
Yeah, Thompson was hurt.
Seattle seemed like they rounded themselves in shape. They're playing good defense on one side of the ball and they're playing good offense on the other side. And the coach is slowly winning me over. Shout out to Danny in Seattle. Love you, cuz this head coach is slowly winning me over. I'm still ain't convinced that he's your guy, but he seemed to be getting the job done now. We'll see. He got Sam Donald. Got Sam Donald playing well. Even though Sam Donald played good in Minnesota until he got to the playoffs, but that's another story. With that being said, because of the injuries, I'm gonna take Seattle to win this game. And I think Washington will play better. They will be more competitive. I think they're gonna be a little desperate. They're gonna play desperate. I think Washington's gonna play desperate with Mariota. I think they are. And they really don't want to keep losing games. So I'm gonna say Seattle gonna win this one in a close one. Got to hold off Washington late in the game. So I'm gonna take Seattle to win this game. I'm gonna say Seattle 27, and then I'm gonna say Washington 23.
A lot more closer and competitive than I thought, but
Because I think they're gonna play desperate.
Yeah, we also need to
So yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and for the grand finale of Week 9, man, on Monday Night Football, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh,
and
not about them boys, them boys.
And I'm saying like this. This is very weird too, because I don't know if it's from our ghost of our division past when we used to have Arizona in our division.
It's a long time rivalry.
Arizona always play us good.
They play
and the last 2 years they beat us in Arizona and in Dallas.
Really?
They had me last week. That's the style they played us.
That's interesting.
Which is very interesting. Yeah. But with that being said, we had a very tough loss at Denver last week.
Yeah, that was painful.
A game that we needed.
That was painful.
But ultimately, the defense is going to continue to be our Achilles heel.
It is.
Anybody that play defense against us and stop them from scoring, you pretty much assed out. And it sucks, but it's the truth.
It is.
Again, guys, I'm a fan, I'm a fanatic. Okay? I'm realistic about my team, I love my team, but I gotta keep it real. And I will keep it real. And this week I feel like this is a bounce back game for us. Arizona ain't playing no defense whatsoever. We don't know if Kyler Murray go back. I hope Kyler Murray come back to his hometown, Texas, and give us a show.
You need it.
But I don't think he's starting. But even if he is starting, for sake of argument, ladies and gentlemen, I think that both our defenses are just like the same kind of quality defense. You know what I'm saying? The Cardinals ain't that good.
I think the Cardinals defense may be a little bit better.
Yeah,
just a smidgen.
Maybe they better against the pass. We better against the run. Who cares?
Yeah, something like that.
What I'm telling y'all is both defenses ain't that good.
I agree.
And when I gotta go with the offense, I think our offense is obviously
without a question. No
so we gonna give some points up like we always do. But I feel like we're going to ultimately win this game.
We're going to bounce back.
And I like the Cowboys in this one. I like the boys 31-20.
It ain't too much to say, but I mean, I kind of agree with it. I'm going to say that Jacoby played well. He
did play good.
He represented himself very well the last time out. And but because, Arizona, they got so many injuries.
Yeah.
The only reason they can be in this game is because of Dallas' defense. That's the only way.
Yeah.
But with that being said, still, even with Dallas' defense, if Arizona can't slow down Dak in that offense, even if they give some points up, they'll be able to match their point when they give up their touchdown and get another time to replace it. So even if they give up a touchdown, they're going to be able to go right back down and get it right back.
Yeah.
So either way. So I'm talking about with them, their defense been Achilles heel. So you got to go with the Cowboys to shine on Monday night with the Cowboys. Now if Arizona some kind of way beat them, I'll be surprised. You said they beat them last two times. I think Dallas is set up to win this game. They're ready. They got all they need. They can win this game. So I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys in a pretty good, nice mini shootout, but Dallas come on top. I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys to win this thing 28-21. Cowboys. Go Cowboys, them boys.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's right.
I'm gonna say something, y'all. Right? I agree with my pops. I mean, of course, I agree. I think we're gonna win the game. But again, I wanted to address this whole flexing thing. The NFL, we got to do a little better with this scheduling, you know. Because even though I love my Cowboys, a lot of people don't want to watch us play the Cardinals on Monday night. They just don't, and I know that already. And I felt like maybe that game should be in the afternoon. Maybe the Bills and Chiefs should be Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Another one of those games could be Sunday night. But the schedule is the schedule. And I know every market's not the same. And every team got to get a chance to be on national television. And I get all that. So I'm not going to hate on that. But ultimately, I got the Cowboys in this one. And that's how we see it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, for week 9, that's how we see it, y'all. So, yeah.
Week 9, remember to enjoy the games, family, fun, and football. And we will see you next week, week 10. All right, we will have a toast like we always sign off. This is for family, football, and fun. And to a great week 9. Let's enjoy the games. We'll see you next week, week 10. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.